Hi guys, quick update for Bitcoin here. So obviously short term, intermediate term, we're looking bullish. We are breaking a lot of important trend lines here, which were defining this bear downtrend. I think we get a move up towards at least 10176, potentially fill the gap at 12k on the CME futures. One thing we have to watch out for is if we get a wick above this line and fill the gap, that could be a bull trap, and then we could do this. So just watch out for that. And obviously this rising trend line, which so far has held, there's not been any important daily or certainly not weekly close. You don't want to see a weekly close below here. Any small wick is fine. That's just a bit of a bear trap, but you don't want to see a weekly close, and this line is now going to continue to rise, and at some point Bitcoin is going to get trapped between this line and this line, and something has to give. It's either going to do this or it's going to do this, the way I see it. So that's the playbook for the next couple of months. I think this is a pre-halving pump and we dump on the halving. That's my opinion. Now, Ethereum is something that we're watching, so we think this is going to go to 288, 295. I think there's a very real possibility of that happening. So we kind of got in here in the group. We said, look, we're definitely in some kind of uptrend, and then we're probably making a C wave, I think. So I think this is all a larger ABC pattern. That's the way I'm reading it. A, B, C. This is what I think is going on. So let's just make that, I don't know, prime. Well, let's make it even smaller. Let's make it clear. Well, nope. Let's go to Roman numerals. Okay, let's stick with that. So I think this is an ABC pattern in an otherwise larger ABC correction, which could potentially take Ethereum to $15. Now, this would obviously come across, come alongside Bitcoin going towards 2,000. So I think this is a C-wave rally, bear market rally that we're having now, that, like I said, may go 288, 295, maybe even tag these highs at 368, but there's going to be too much resistance in this zone, I think, for Ethereum to get above these sort of levels, because that was very strong support, resistance, whatever. So I think it's very difficult for Ethereum to get much above that before the bears come back in again. So that would be my large account. This move here would obviously be relative to this move here. That's the point. So this C wave or this Y wave would be sort of linked to this wave here, and that sort of gets us towards, I don't know, 2021, which kind of makes sense because the Dow's going to hit 43k. I mean, the way things are going, the Dow's going to hit 43k tomorrow. But we're looking at the Dow to peak at some point during 2021. So when people sell out of the Dow, maybe they go into crypto. So maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe crypto is, after this fake bear market rally that we're in, this C wave, we then get the large move down, everyone capitulates, stock market goes higher, stock market then tops, and then the money has to go somewhere. It's going to go into bonds, probably US dollar as well, but then maybe we then get this. So maybe this bear market is approaching its end at some point, but I cannot say this is a low that's going to take us towards 5,000 on Ethereum. Neither can I say that on Bitcoin, and that's just my honest opinion. I'm not here to be bearish or bullish. I'm just here to give you my opinion, because I was bearish at 3k as it was going towards 20,000. So you can't get more forecasting ability than that, can you? So that's my take. But like I said, if we somehow get a monthly or a larger time frame close above this line, that's definitely bullish. And then, we have to rework this entire account where somehow on the BLX, 20k is actually a wave 3. So I will definitely entertain that count. Certainly that count looks as though it's great right now, but, things can change in this market quite fast. I will definitely entertain this sort of count if and when we get there. But for right now, I think this is a C wave rally. Now, some of the altcoins that we're watching, I'll give you one of them. So we're watching ADA here. So we were sort of saying it's a good time to buy around here. We're running this as another C wave, so an ABC correction. There's a nice volume node here at 0.07. I think it tags the high node at 8.7 and probably as high as 10 and maybe even 11, 12 and 13 cents before we then get the next move down. So certainly, I mean I've got this time ratio of 17th of April. So the next, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks are definitely bullish. And then as Bitcoin gets closer and closer towards this CME gap, we have to just be very, very careful with what's going to happen. I don't think Bitcoin is where anyone should be, by the way. I think there's more money to be made in the altcoins, but as long as Bitcoin goes sideways / up, the altcoins will continue to appreciate in US dollar terms. But this gap is something that we have to watch, because that gap lines up with a perfect bull trap. It's an absolutely picture perfect bull trap, because 12k is here. Let's just mark that on. So let's say we fill the gap right to the settle price, which was 12,000. Well, there's your gap, and there's your bull trap. That's a perfect bull trap. To do this, then 10k, 11k, fill the gap, trap everyone who's going to be watching the same line that I'm watching, and I think it's going to be a pre-halving bull trap, and then somehow we get another move down, just like this was a bear trap. So something to watch, but like I said, that's not, you know, really important. That's something to worry about in April, perhaps in May, or late March. But for right now, things are looking good, and let's take it one step at a time. So that's my update. I'll catch you guys on the next video.